Okay, you can settle in, find a place sitting or lying down, and try to find a place of greatest comfort right now so that you feel comfortable. Closing the eyes and turning your attention to breathing. And just settling in, landing, bringing the attention to here and now. Dropping the weight, releasing into gravity. And feeling the contact of the body with the ground. And feel that the place where the body is touching the ground, the tone of the body in those places is more strong. And let's just explore that for a little while. Putting our body into contact with the ground in different positions. And feeling all these places of contact. Feeling how as we move and different parts of the body come into the contact with ground, different cells, how we communicate with the ground. Different cells are feeling this contact and releasing into the ground. And try to make this contact with as many surfaces as you can in your body. From the back, from the side, from the front. As you move, as the contact is made, the cells come alive. They kind of like merge with the cells of the ground, and a place of communication is formed. Notice the difference between in the feeling when the back body is touching the ground, or when the side is touching the ground, or when the front body is touching the ground. Allowing yourself to melt and explore. And again, inviting this feeling, this distinction of the front body and back body. Feeling the yolk sac of the front body, this fluid filled bag from the front. Support from the front. And at the same time, feeling the fluid filled bag from the back, the amniotic cavity. And just stay a while with the dance of the front and the back of these two fluid bags, in a way dancing together. Maybe you feel one more than the other, or you feel like staying with the one more than the other. And now putting our focus again on the front body, the yolk sac. Feel how at one point in our development we start to draw in this yolk sac through the area of the solar plexus, a little bit above the navel, let's say. This fluid nourishment that was once a bag starts drawing into our body, filling us up. As it's going into our solar plexus, it starts creating our digestive tube, going at the same time up towards our mouth, and at the same time down towards the tail. And as we are drawing in this yolk sac, we are folding and we are gaining volume. At the same time, our back body, our amniotic cavity is encircling us from the back as we are folding in the front, widening in the back, and from the back the amnion is going all around us, creating a fluid environment. In which we will swim. Feel this widening from the back, spreading of the fluids. And from the front body, from the yolk sac that we are drawing in and creating our digestive system, also from our belly button, our umbilical cord is forming out. So the digestive system is being drawn in and umbilical cord going out of our belly button. Eventually connecting with placenta, which is the place where we receive nourishment and breathing from our mother. So just stabilize this connection. Put your focus on the belly button. You can place your palms on your belly button and just feel it as a place of breathing, as if you are drawing in your breath with the belly button and breathing out of your belly button. Be gentle with your belly button and your whole belly. Try to soften the belly, relax the belly as much as you can. Feeling the breath. At the same time being in this contained fluid. Now slowly we will connect all our limbs with this center. So placing your hands on your belly, on the belly button, gently with your palms caress the passageway of from the belly button to your mouth and nose and head. As if we are a sea creature which has limbs like octopus or a sea star. And we feel the connection, the belly button being the center, spreading into head and mouth, nose, and with this length from the belly button to the head, just invite any kind of movement, starting in the belly button and radiating, spreading into the head. Take your time, enjoy it. As your tentacle is moving in the fluid environment from the belly button to the mouth. Then adding another limb, another tentacle, let's say left arm. So just gently touch the left hand, fingers, and follow it with the touch all the way the length of the arm, armpit, into chest, gliding towards the belly button, awakening this pathway. And from the belly button up towards the chest, armpit, and the whole length of the arm towards the fingers. So feel the length of this tentacle. Feel the length of this arm, which no longer starts in the shoulder, but it's much wider, radiating from the navel. And allow any kind of movement to emerge. Just play with it. See how it is to widen this limb, this tentacle, how it is to condense it, how it is to invite this fluidy softness while having this central radiation swimming inside the fluid environment. And then when ready, we can include the other arm. Same process. It is helpful to use the touch and to glide with the other hand from the fingers, gliding all the way down to the belly button, center of the belly. Remembering the pathway and again feeling the length of this tentacle and how the movement can travel from the center outwards, but also consciousness can flow from the periphery to the center. If you lose the center for a second or for any reason, and just quiet down again and put the hands on the belly button and drop the consciousness in the belly. And again, the radiation will soon come. Now another limb, another tentacle. Just pick a leg and gently with the touch follow the pathway from the belly button down to lower belly, pelvis, into the hip, thigh, knee, and the foot. Tuning in into the pulsation, pulsation of the fluid, pulsation of the tissue, and opening the whole length of this tentacle from the foot to the belly button. And see how it widens the leg, which no longer starts in the hip or the pelvis, but it's growing from the center of the belly. And how the whole leg and the tissue is softening, becoming more and more fluid. The other leg, I think that's tentacle number 5. Again, from the belly button into the pelvis, into the hip, into the thigh, the knee, and the lower part of the leg. Stretching, condensing, expanding this limb. Pulsating in the fluid environment. And we can slowly add the last limb, which is the tail. So from the belly button and the center of the belly down towards the tail, towards the groin area. And in our grown physical structure, it's not a long pathway, but you can just imagine and feel as if we had a long tail, a tentacle, continuing outside And again, remembering the center of the belly, feeling the radiation into all 6 limbs, like a sea star or like a sun that's shining and radiating rays into all 6 parts. And feel and explore how our limbs, our tentacles, can communicate with each other through the center of the belly. So there are like endless combinations. I mean, not endless, but a lot of them. So just experiment with whatever combination calls you. See how your right hand is communicating with your left leg through the belly button. Or how your legs are connecting together through the belly button. Or your arms through the belly button. Or the combination of 3s. 2 arms and a head through the belly button. 2 arms and the tail. Every combination is different. We add something or 2 arms and 1 leg. So we can just play. We can explore individual limbs. We can explore in pairs, in 3s, in 4s, 5 or 6. Of course, when we do 6, then it's all of them together through the belly button. And always taking a time to settle in the center again. And just feel the center in the belly. And remember this umbilical cord through which we receive nourishment. Nourishment from the mother while we are fetus. And what is this nourishment now? Because this center holds this remembering an ability to nourish through the belly. And then radiate into the limbs, into the space. But also to condense again into the center. Like we are a mandala in a way, which has a center and then has this ability to radiate but also to go back to the center, to one. And feel the juiciness of it, the juiciness of being connected through the center and to the center, and receiving this fluid nourishment on the inside, and how the fluids on the inside are moving us, but also feeling the fluid container around us and how we swim in this personal space. Fluid within, fluid without, softening, gliding, letting our tentacles be free. And how through this center, through the belly, we can feel the connectedness of all limbs. And we often feel fragmented, but through this center we can again remember the connectedness in which every part of us is connected with every other part through the center. Okay, and we put a little more focus now on the mouth and on our tail. And also on the different senses of the head, the taste, the smell. Try exploring a little bit with the mouth and the nose. Maybe taste something or smell something. Adding the eyes and the sight, noticing how it immediately changes our perspective and of space, being able to see the space that's around us, different shapes, different colors, textures. And also adding the hearing, widening our space even more so we can hear something that's even outside the room that we are. And gradually landing, becoming aware of the environment. ending the exploration, but hopefully still feeling the nourishment from the center and the centeredness. And this feeling of radiation from this center. Taking your time to transition without rush, and we come together for sharing without rush.